So I got this idea of taking a loan shark collector, borrow from that, borrow a little bit from me, so you borrow this, and then make up your own. Because actually, what you have to do to people is you have to steal other people's ideas, mix them up, and then eventually stomp on them like grapes, and then your ideas will come out of that a little bit. But you have to start somewhere. So I got it. I went home. I wrote like a maniac for 3.5 days, day and night, coffee, boom, boom, dog on my side, and he came up with this Rocky idea. Now, the script was probably out of that, as you know about script writing, maybe 15% was good, but it was done. Then I started working on it, and I walked into an audition, an acting audition, and they said, you're not right. What a surprise. And on the way out, I just said something that changed my life. I said, oh, by the way, I write a little bit. And they go, oh, really? Well, if you have anything, bring it around. Like 10 minutes later, I'm back! You open that door. They read the screenplay and said, this is pretty good. We can do this. Because at that time, it was very into these more like indie types. But we don't want you. And I said, but I wrote it for me. I know it's one of the checks. We don't want you. We want Burt Reynolds, we want even Rob Redford, we want Ryan O'Neal. So I went home and I said, okay, here's $60,000. Well, I had just sold my dog because I couldn't afford dog food. It was either eat the dog or sell the dog.
What? You're right. You didn't sell it to Korean by any chance, did you? I apologize.
But anyway, I won't belabor the story. I went home and it was so hot. I remember it was really bad place. My wife actually had a nosebleed from it was so hot in this apartment in the valley. And now the offer was up to $200,000. She said, "You got to do it." And I said, "I'm telling you, we got to do it because that's about 5 times today. It's like $1 million today." And I said, "No, I'm telling you, I know I would jump off a bridge if I did it." And it turns out in someone else's moment. Then it got up to $360,000. $360,000. That's what I really had to go. You know, in everyone's life, there's going to be about 3 or 4 crossroads. I mean, major crossroads. And that's going to determine your course. And I knew if I took the money, which would have been about $1 million today or a little bit more, I could have been very, very happy, no question. But I would have hated myself. And I just said, honey, I'm sorry, I got to go for it. So they said, okay, look, we don't want you, we'll take you, but we have about 5 clauses in there, so they could fire me during the first week. If, for example, if you got drunk, if you did something that was amoral, if we consider you tardy, if your hair is parted on the right. And then finally the first scene was a very dramatic scene, where I go to collect the money from the guy on the dock, and I go, you should have thought ahead, and I'm bouncing the ball. And they go, well, maybe we'll keep him around for a while, and that's how it happened. But I just knew at one time, I don't know if it's ignorance of bliss or just that sense of knowing or fear that I knew if I give it away, I would have been my life would have been over. I would have been, I felt like a coward. So it's that crossroad moment where you just have to say, I'm going to go for it.
Incredible. I mean, what a remarkable